Hey guys, it's Car Guy 11. This week I have the RAV4 Prime to review for you guys thanks to Toyota. And if you don't know, the Prime is the plug-in hybrid version of the vehicle, and it's also the most powerful, fastest version. Now this is the first plug-in hybrid vehicle I've reviewed on the channel, and I really think this combo makes the most sense compared to a pure EV or a regular hybrid. So today I'll explain why I feel that way. We'll explore the EV range in the driving review, and I'll go over all the special features of this fully loaded Prime XSE. So Toyota claims 42 miles range with the battery only, and of course that'll be extended to almost 500 miles with the gas engine. Now as far as charging goes, the battery was fully depleted, and when I mean fully, just no more EV only electric range. It always maintains enough battery to power the rear wheels. The rear wheels are only powered by an EV motor, so it always saves some charge for that. And I did a full review of a regular RAV4 hybrid last spring, so definitely go check out that video with a lot of good information there. So I wanted to show you just how easy it is to charge this vehicle. There's a charge door on the passenger side of the vehicle opposite the driver's side gas door, and all you need really is 110 power, and I'm not even in the garage. I just have the plug stringed up to my outside outlet, and it actually charges in a decent amount of time, even with the 110 outlet, because the battery is smaller on these plug-in hybrids, so you're not needing to charge it up as fast or as much. So this took 12 hours, which I know seems like a lot on 110. You can get that way down with the premium package on this XSE. It has a higher kilowatt charger, and it can drop down to 2.5 hours with 240 volts, a higher service. But I'm telling you, even with 12 hours charge time, you get home from work, say 6:30 at night, plug it in all night, and it is ready for you to leave by 6:30 the next morning. So I think that's fine. Of course, if you have charging at work that has faster charging, you can charge up there. It's pretty easy, makes a lot of sense for people that don't have the full service. But just to show you here, there's a light. It's already fully charged, but there's a light that turns green when it's charging. Pretty easy to see. The connector itself is locked in, so no one can unplug it. So you have to unlock the vehicle. So we'll unlock the car, and then we can pull out the charging cable, and this just closes back up. Now you can just roll the cord up and store it in the hatch, and this has the kick to open power tailgate with the XSE premium package. And again, there's a lot of good storage in the back here on these RAV4s, and under the load floor here you can see even a spare tire, and with some space on the sides here you can store that cable, and you can kick to close the tailgate as well. Now it does say charge complete in the vehicle when you get in, so we know we have a fully charged battery. So let's turn it on. Yep, and now we actually have an EV range, and it's giving us 37 miles, which is below the 42, but it could be due to temperature. It's only 46 degrees outside, and the HV is the hybrid, and we get 420 miles with the hybrid portion. Yes, so the heat has kicked on, so it's definitely going to be using the battery for heat with the engine still off. So that's probably why the range is only 37 right now. But I just want to show you also, you get a few different options on the mode selector here. If you wanted to keep the battery charged, you can hit this charge hold, and the engine just kicked on. So that is going to try to preserve the battery voltage to keep your 37 miles of range. Now the other button lets you keep it in EV mode or do an auto EV or hybrid mode depending on your driving circumstances. So on the dash it'll show auto EV or just EV mode. Alright guys, so since we have a full battery or nearly a full battery, I want to do an acceleration run on battery alone and then hybrid and see what the difference is. So first of all, I'm going to have it in EV mode for this first run, and then there is a tri-mode selector for drive mode, so we'll put it in sport. There's also eco and normal available. And I actually have an OBD2 performance timer. And that's 60. I wouldn't say that was fast. So Toyota claims 5.7 seconds 0 to 60 on hybrid. So let me, I'll pull over here and we can see what time I got. Now that isn't really a true 0 to 60 because it wasn't perfectly level. It's hard to get a level level road here in Pittsburgh area. Okay, so it said 7.9 seconds, so just under 8 seconds 0 to 60. All right, now I have it set to the auto EV HV mode, which will allow the gas engine to kick on, and I still have it in the sport driving mode. All right, we got the OBD timer set, and here we go. Oh wow, actually got some front wheel spin. But much quicker, much quicker with the gas engine's help. So we'll pull over here and see what time we got. Oh yeah, much quicker, 5.5 seconds. All right, so we're gonna leave it in the auto EV HV mode and keep it in sport and just drive it normally and see how she feels on this back road. So basically, in EV mode, it's going to feel more like the regular RAV4 hybrid with that 7 to 8 second 0 to 60 time. But in the hybrid mode of the Prime model, it really does speed things up quite a bit. And on this curve here, oh wow. Yeah, you definitely feel the weight more. It's about 600 pounds heavier than the normal hybrid because of that larger battery pack. So it's around 4,400 pounds curb weight, this vehicle. While the tires are a little bit wider, 235 compared to 225 on the normal hybrid, but they're no performance tires, of course. They're regular all seasons. Yeah, it moves nicely though in that hybrid mode. It's a noticeable improvement over the hybrid. Yeah, the tires don't want to hold on as well, but again, it's no sports car. Just because it's faster doesn't mean it handles better. So in hybrid mode, it gets 38 miles per gallon combined compared to the RAV4 regular hybrid is 40 combined. So you do lose about 2 miles per gallon. Probably due to that extra weight, but you're getting a lot more performance, speed, acceleration, so I think it's a worthy trade-off there. It's actually the stability controls kicking in on me. It doesn't like me cornering too hard. The steering is pretty light, typical of an SUV, and the brake pedal feels pretty good actually for being that combined regen and mechanical brakes, so not too bad there. And you do have a pretty cool heads-up display showing when you're charging the battery and when you're in the power mode. You do have paddle shifters, but honestly they don't do too much, and you don't even have an RPM gauge to see what the engine's doing. It does assist, I guess, with braking if you wanted to downshift, but honestly, I'd leave it to auto mode. It is this ECVT. Now you are still going to get that front wheel peel because all the extra power added was to the front. So it's now 302 horsepower combined, which is 87 more horsepower than the regular RAV4 hybrid. And they did not add any power to the rear electric motor. It's only the front electric motor that they added the power to. So it does behave like a front wheel drive, and you're going to get that peeling out if you're heavy on the throttle. Even when I did that acceleration run straight, it spun the front wheels a little bit. The ride is good though. It's nice and smooth, and it feels like it's more refined in here than the hybrid. So the engine is more subdued and it's pretty quiet. Now you do have this large panoramic sunroof, and this one has optional crossbars, which I hear a little bit of wind noise from. Yeah, definitely gets some front wheel spin. It would have been nice if Toyota increased the power of the rear electric motor to make it more balanced. And you do have a nice display up front showing your all-wheel drive split, and it does show when those front tires spin. All right guys, today's a different day. I fully charged up the battery again overnight, and it was the same, 37 miles of EV range. So I wanted to do a little bit of a range test today on the highway speeds. I'm doing 70 mile an hour, which is a speed limit. And I also want to test out the lane tracing feature that the Toyotas offer. They come standard with adaptive cruise control with the lane tracing feature. And I already can tell here on the curves of this road, it's not picking up the lane line, so it's really not helping me steer. In the straight sections, it is. I'm sure these systems are going to keep improving over time. Slowing down here behind this truck, the adaptive cruise control is automatically slowing down. Oh, the adaptive cruise control does come to a stop in city settings, so it does do your stop and go. Now you will have to resume it if you come to a complete stop. You do have to push the button or the throttle to get it going again. We're going to explore this on this trip. We're going to see when the gas engine ends up kicking on. As I said, it started out with 37 miles of range, and I've already done 13 miles. So let's see what my range is. And it's saying 25 right now. So it's pretty close to what was expected. Every time you start it up, it defaults to the EV only mode, which is interesting. I don't know, if I owned it, I might want to keep it in that auto EV HV mode because it gives you the most performance. So with the EV mode only, you're only going to get that slower acceleration like I showed earlier in the video. But while we're driving here, let's talk about the price and features of this 2021 Toyota RAV4 Prime XSE with the premium package. This is a fully loaded example, and it's right around $49,000. It even has some extra accessory options like the roof rack, mud guards, the floor mats and stuff. So this one is actually close to $50,000. I know that sounds like a lot, but actually, due to the size of this battery pack, which is 18.1 kilowatts, it gets the full federal tax credit of $7,500. So that's knocked off of the price. Plus, if your state has other EV tax credits, you know, that really makes it affordable. And when I say affordable, it equals the price of the regular RAV4 hybrid. So basically, you're getting the Prime for the same cost as the regular hybrid, and you're getting the better acceleration, you're getting that EV only range. And even if you don't plug it in, your fuel economy is going to be very similar to the RAV4 hybrid. I think it's a win-win situation, and it's a no-brainer to go with the Prime. Now, unfortunately, the Prime is limited quantity for 2021. There should be more supply next year, 2022. But what do you get with that premium XSE? First of all, the outside, you get the XSE look, so you get the blacked out appearance on the front, rear, and the blacked out roof. Very nice looking 19-inch alloy wheels, which look much better in my opinion. Also on the front end, you have really cool looking vertical LEDs, not available on any other model. On the inside, you get a nice larger 9-inch touchscreen. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Unfortunately, it is not wireless. You get heated and cooled seats, and I'm using the heating now, but I'm gonna try the coolers. Oh yeah, I instantly do feel the cooling effect, so nice ventilated seats. You also get the heated steering wheel, which unfortunately is still only heated on the 9 and 3 grips, not the top and bottom. And I really would prefer the whole wheel being heated, especially at this price point. You still get the rear view mirror camera, which is pretty cool. Oh, you get heated rear seats as well. You get the panoramic sunroof, and you get this JBL sound system that is an extra option on top of the premium package, and it sounds pretty powerful. It's a decently sounding system. Oh, surround view camera, which is pretty cool. It has all the cameras surrounding different views on the screen. Also, it has a remote start, but it actually doesn't start the vehicle. It preconditions the cabin, and you can do that while you're plugged in, or when you're not plugged in. And again, it doesn't start the vehicle, which I thought, even when the engine is cold and you need heat, it just uses the battery to heat the cabin. So yeah, I see the engine kicking on now and then for a moment or two. It's probably right, 70 mile an hour is probably right on the edge of where it needs to kick on. We're actually gonna get off of this exit. All right, we're down to 1 mile. Oh, put 1 mile back because I'm braking a little bit. All right, down to 1 mile again, just from that acceleration from a stop. All right, now it's showing 0 miles. So it should be kicking on here. Yep, okay, it clicked on the dash to HV mode now. Yep, and you can hear the engine. So yeah, again, it was pretty accurate, 35.6 miles, really, until it kicked on. Now it did kick on and off on the highway as needed. Alright guys, so let me just sum up this vehicle. I think it's a no-brainer to get this version of the RAV4 if you can get one, because it's really no additional cost over the hybrid. I think the hybrid is worth getting as well over the base engine because you do get a little bit more power, and this of course makes it even more powerful. It's still all-wheel drive. Yes, it's not as capable because the rear motor is not as powerful as the front, but it'll get you through winter weather and things like that. Plus, it's still such a practical vehicle. You have tons of room, backseat room, tons of cargo room, and a very nice overall vehicle. Nice soft touch materials on the dash, good layout, visibility is great. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. I tried to cover some things not everybody else talks about and make it a little bit more interesting. But alright, thanks for watching this one. Please subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next video.